MegaTagmension. Blanc plus Neptune versus zombies.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Blue Maxima and I'm here checking out that, basically. These titles are getting ridiculous. So it started with Hyperdimension Neptunia, which, you know, fine. Bit of a weird name, but that's okay. Then when they released Hyperdimension Neptunia V2, they renamed it to Super Dimension Neptunia V2. And now they're calling it MegaTagmension here, and then there's Hyper Devotion over on Noir's game. It's just freaking strange. Anyway, let's go have a look around. You got your typical volume settings, you can turn off individual voices, you can remap all the controls, which is kind of nice, including all the special attacks. All of them. Yeah, it's kind of neat, actually. You got your camera settings. I'm actually going to turn the camera speed down, because every time I remember to do it, I forget to do it. And display settings. You can even change your ad hoc name, which is kind of strange. I don't know why you would insist on doing that. Why not just use the, what's the word? Why wouldn't you just use the name of the person ID? I don't know. Also, voice language. So you do have, like, full English and Japanese dub. Oddly enough, when I tried out the multiplayer for, like, 5 minutes, the Japanese dub bloody it bugged up, so it showed the Japanese dub while I was doing the multiplayer intro. That was weird. If you go to the gallery, you can see the tutorials, the music, God almighty, the music that you've listened to, and you can also come to the album and check out all the stuff that you've seen already. You can also see all the individual cuts that you've seen before, so I might as well play one of these and turn the sound up just a little bit, but, Magical Arena, why not? If you've ever played a Neptune game, you'll know exactly what this bloody sounds like, so it's not like it matters which one I pick.
So, were you able to film my effort? Of course, that was friggin' great! Yep, pretty good, Noir. If you put me up to it, I don't care who it is. Jocunes, zombies, whoever. They're nothing to me. Did you get any good shots of me, Blanc? Yeah, I did. You sure? All of your moves were so calculated. Like you had the camera in mind for every one. You were such a pro.
Alright, I've had enough. I can't be bothered listening to this. I'm sorry. I literally have no care for this game anymore. Like, well, just while I'm skipping through this, I'll talk about what the story is. The story, this time, it's another spin-off, so, you know, the story's not going to matter that much. But the idea is they're in a bloody university, college campus for some reason. I'm not going to guess why. And it turns out to be closing down, so they each have their own ideas to bring the whole school back, like get more funding and more people in and stuff. And they end up trying to make a zombie movie. However, real zombies invade at the exact same time and they decide to use it as a backdrop. It makes no bloody sense. And they have such a weird, ongoing, like, sine wave between serious and, like, not serious at all. There's your settings again, by the way. And it's just a weird, like, it doesn't stay consistent at all. And it makes the story, like, I haven't cared about it for a while now. So anyway, we'll go have a look around. So, hello, Compa. You can come here to do things like buy weapons and different items, accessories that you can put on. I have Neptune with a couple of those, so you'll be able to see that. You can also buy update programs that you stick inside your weapons, and they all do different things. Like, it's pretty obvious. And you've also got update assets for fusing stuff, and we come to fusing. I haven't actually got all the supplies I need to fuse any of these ones. I haven't got the supplies I need to fuse any of these yet, which is kind of infuriating. Because not only do you need all the resources, you need all the bloody, you need a lot of bloody money to do it as well, so it's kind of annoying. But anyway, we'll go back, we can go have a look at treasure, and these are things that are dropped whenever you fight something, and if you collect 5 of them, you can open them up and you'll get a free costume, which is a little strange, and it just seems a bit shallow more than anything else. We can go have a look at our characters now. We have the entire cast here: Neptune, Noir, Blanc, Vert, Nepgear, Uni, Rom, Ram, Dekiko, Famitsu. New character Tamsoft, who has giant jugs, which, you know, considering it's Tamsoft, you wouldn't want it any other way. And there's also Pludia from V Generation, and there's 2 other characters who I don't recognize, Pishi and someone else, Uzume. I honestly don't have a clue, and I don't care, because this game is just not deep. So, Neptune is the only character I've been using because there's 0 point to using any other characters. In the sense that once you pick a character that you like, you don't need to do anything else. You just need to use them, basically. So you can change their... You can change their costumes, obviously. There's no actual costume degradation like there was back in Neptunia U, and this was made by the same developer, so I don't really understand what the point is. But anyway, as you can see, let's go back to that. You can also change your processor, and there's your accessory up there. Yes, it's floating way above my head, because that's kind of neat. So if I just pick, if I pick a different angle, for example, I can just make this look extremely strange, because why the hell not, right? How big does this go? Ridiculously big. Alright, we'll make this 300 just for a laugh, because honestly, this game's so boring that I can't even be bothered to do anything else. It's a surprisingly flat Nep. So yeah, you can have up to 5 accessories at once, and you can do all that stuff with them. You've also got ability points, so every time you level up, you get 100 AP, and it costs a certain amount of AP to level up. So right now, it costs me 300 AP to level up all of these, but if I go to someone who I haven't spent AP on, you'll be able to see. So yeah, that's just how it works. Blanc is actually a terrible character. She attacks so slowly, there's a 0 point. You can also change your support character. So yeah, EXC drive because 20%, 15% HP recovery, power, defense. So yeah, you do have to, you can like swap around your support characters, and you really should, because some are more useful than others. The way this game works is that every part of the story is set in a specific scene, and for some bloody reason there's very few in the way of side quests, so you have to go back and repeat all these if you want to grind, at least at this point. Scene 6 is actually halfway through the bloody story, so it's like, what's the point? There's no freaking side quests, there's no nothing. It's strangely linear, even for the spin-off game. I'm gonna skip all this. Squip. What the hell is a squip? But yeah, as you can see, all the characters show up. There's fan service, and there's silly stuff like that. So yeah, we have a quest, we have a time limit, it puts us on a stage, we have lots of stuff we can do. This is the character select screen. I've got most of them unlocked. There's Plutia, what's her name? Plushie, whatever her name was, and Uzume. And down the bottom here is all the evolved forms. Like, that's definitely Purple Heart. That's Tabsoft's transformed form, because I went into the multiplayer and all of these are unlocked by default, so I just be going with Neptune pretty much every single time. But yeah, I'll go with Neptune, and I'll go with, let's say, Famitsu, because her giant shrimp makes me laugh. I don't know why, but anyway. In we go. We'll be shown another cutscene, and then we'll be shown, like, them filming the movie. You know, quote unquote, and it's just another cutscene with more voice acting, and they try and make it funny, but it just falls flat most of the time. There's a lot of voice acting. Like, everything so far has been voiced, which is really strange, especially in an English dub. I'm not entirely sure why they chose to do it that way, but anyway, here we go. This is how this game works. Light attack, heavy attack. You can dodge, you can jump. There's SP attacks, which cost nothing to use, but they're on a... not so much a time limit, it just... you can't, like, constantly be spamming them. So you have to wait, like, 5 to 10 seconds in between actually using them. Which is a little annoying, but, you know, if you could use them constantly, why would you do anything else, right? So I can understand why they've been limited. You also have the ability to lock on, which is very useful when the big guys show up. But the big guys are no different from the smaller guys. They all have their own attack patterns. They're easily checkable and like, dodgeable. You can get out of the way real easy. If I hold LNR and press circle, I swap characters, so I am now lobster-wielding Beta Girl, and that's a bit weird. Beat 'em up girl. It's a lobster. Why a lobster? I do not understand this. So, anyway, I'll go back to, Neptune, because Neptune's more useful. If I hit L and R and press triangle, we'll do a team attack. I really should have done that with better positioning, but I heard everything that gets close. And that costs EXE drive meter, as you can see down the bottom left there. Use support characters by square and triangle and square and X, and they refill, like, my special meter, and I get extra power and defense here, for example. If I hold L and R and press X, I transform, and transforming gives me different stats than before. But the downside is that usually you'll have less defense, so you'll have to be more clever with your moves. Ow. And that was a stage. They're really freaking short. They're tiny, and they take place in these tiny circular arenas. There's like one arena I've seen so far that isn't like that. You'll get XP and a rating, and people will level up. And it says that their Lily rank goes up, but the thing is, there's no way to check what their Lily ranks are. So unless you keep it written down, you're not going to know what the deal is. The whole game just feels extremely shallow. I really don't understand why this is so thin on the ground. I mean, actually, you know what? I'm wrong. I do know the reason. So, this game was originally developed around the time, or at least if I'm remembering this correctly. Oh, there's actually treasure available right down the bottom there. These are all references to old consoles, by the way. Like, some of them I can recognize. Like, there's the Wii, there's the 3DS, there's the GameCube, the Game Boy Advance SP, you know, those are all the Nintendo stuff, the Xbox, there's all the Sega stuff, so that would be the Genesis. That's a PS1, like with the TV on the top. That's actually kind of neat. But, you know, references don't make everything. But yeah, the whole game just feels surprisingly shallow. I don't understand why, except I do. And as I was actually explaining, around the time this was being developed, Tamsoft were also working on Valkyrie Drive, Uppers, and Senran Kagura Estival Versus. They were working on at least one or two of those three. So, this game probably got the shaft, and as a result, it's just fucking boring. So dull. It's ridiculous. Also, the game says that the characters will get annoyed at you if you stay on the screen for too long, but they don't. Shit, what was I doing? I'll go back to an earlier stage with lower level characters and show off a couple of other characters. Because that's the only way you can really, get variety in this game. I'll play with Blanc and I'll play with Uni, because they, are two relatively different characters. There are a few different kinds of weapon types. There's, Pierce, Slash, Blunt, there's also Guns and Magic. So there aren't that many different kinds of weapons, but every character does have a different weapon set, a different move set. Also, yes, Blanc is nothing but her underwear here, because that's just the way things work. Unfortunately, with Blanc, he's fucking slow, so you have to be just constantly attacking and then just diving out of the goddamn way. Ow. See, like, even when I'm, like, the recommended level for this, I'm still taking a ton of damage. Maybe I have to apply a bunch of those points that I got, but, I mean, Jesus. Neptune U, while it actually had some decent depth to it, more or less, but this game just feels so unbelievably dull because it just doesn't have that much to it. I've been playing for 2 hours at this point, which I admit isn't much, but still, I'm halfway through the story according to the story mode trophies, and I still somehow feel like it still feels really linear. There's the big special attack, and that takes, oh, that doesn't take 30% of the meter, that takes the whole meter. That's a little strange, but nevertheless. Alright, and I'll swap to Uni for the next couple of things, so yeah. Uni's probably my favorite of the little ones, but anyway. She's got a bunch of ranged attacks. What? Oh. That was weird, I got too far away and they despawned! Okay! Why not? But yeah, as you can see, she's got her own attacks. Nothing that really interests me, and yes, she does get a giant-ass railgun, and she can transform into a CPU form too, and it's just... It feels like the same game as Hyperdimension Neptune U, but with less stuff in it. which is really weird. I mean, this is the exact same thing that happened with Estival Versus, except with Estival Versus, they actually made an effort to introduce a few new people. I'll see if I can find one of the stages where there's a big boss that you have to fight. I think it's defeat leader zombie. Yeah, it was probably this one. We'll go back to Nep, because I don't think anyone else stands a chance, and... who else was I leveling up? No, bugger it, I'll bring along Vert, why not? Hopefully Vert's spin-off game turns out to be better than this one, because Jesus. One, go. So Vert, yeah, just like, not really much to talk about anymore, honestly. I mean, like, you've seen a couple of characters. You've seen how this game works. With every character can get to level 99, but thankfully you only have to make one get to level 99. So it's not like it really matters at all that there's even grinding in this game, because you only have to do it on one character. In fact, the way that the game's laid out makes you really want to actually do it on one character, because you can only, what's the word? Since you can only really level up 1 or 2 characters at a time, there's really no point doing it any other way. Just level up all your other characters and then take the lower level ones along to a later mission. And I'm gonna untransform because it saves SP meter. Just take all the other ones along to another mission, and the game is... Not the game, the capture kit is just freaking out right now. Hang on, I will try and not look in that direction. What the hell is going on? You know, if I look at the ground... No, I guess it's just the kit being temperamental, because of course it is, right? Great. Oh, God. Why is it when I walk in here that I have problems? Hang on, I'm gonna have to change this. Okay, I'm back. I had to swap to a different recording mode, so the whole game's gonna look a bit strange. Well, not so much strange as much as a little bit lower res and a little bit worse in the colors, but oh well. I'm gonna swap back to Neptune. I like Neptune a lot better. She's the fastest of the characters, and the majority of the damage done by all the other characters is offset by the fact that Neptune can just attack faster. Man, I tell ya, it's a hell of a culture shock, because I just started playing the Neo Alpha on PS4, and, well, not just started, I played like 4 hours of it last night. I didn't even realize where the time went. That game's combat system is fast, furious, and fucking dangerous. This game is just, well, not so much slow, but, like, slow-paced, boring, and just generally dull. Alright, these are the leader zombies. Yeah, I just have to beat these things. Bugger it. I'll just retire from the quest. Yes, I did just get a game over screen. That's something I haven't seen in a while. That gigantic Nep. Just floating above her head. I don't know. Right, where can I go to get a gigantic leader zombie? Hang on. Action. Scene 5. We'll try cut 4. Why not? And if it isn't in this one, I'll go show off the multiplayer shit. I'll show off Rom. I think Rom has a bunch of magic that she can use. But yeah, as you can see, it's just Hyperdimension Neptunia U again, but worse in almost every respect. It's not as deep. It's extremely shallow. It's got nothing going for it whatsoever in the way of being an interesting, actually interesting hack and slash. Because it's just the same bloody game again. Tamsoft really needs to work on this. Hopefully Valkyrie Drive and Uppers are better than this, but yeah, I'll just transform now, because why not? Just that attack range is ridiculous, and it interrupts most of the enemy's attacks, so it's like, just have a good support partner that can restore your health standing by, and you'll be fine. It can get ridiculously easy. And you can even unlock cheats at the end, which is, like, it's a ridiculous thing to say. Like, why would you need cheats for something so easy? Turn off transform, and I'll wonder... I think it was up here. The problem is it doesn't tell you where to go next, and the monsters can only spawn in 1 or 2 places, so you have to remember where you need to go. Or if you haven't played the quest before, you just have to wander around and hope you find the right place. It's silly. I don't understand why. It's a waste of my time. Was it here? Oh, I know until I get close to the center. Nope. Oh, no, bugger it. I'll go the other way. What a ridiculous amount of downtime, I gotta say. Still waiting for my other capture kit. I'm still waiting for the fucking bell, let alone the actual capture kit. It's gonna be a pain in the ass to pay, but I'll deal with it. I'll just save up some ad revenue, and hopefully that'll be enough. Down through here. It's not even faster to dash. That's infuriating. Yep, down here. Should have known. My earphone's fallen out and I don't give a shit. You all die now. And I transform and you all die a lot faster.
Mine
now. Nope. Still got another wave of these fucking fuckers to go. You do have a block button, but frankly I don't care. Anyway, big boss monster time. Works exactly the same as the other kinds of monsters. You just, they've got their own set of attacks, and they do a fair bit of damage. So it's like, if you just go wandering into them all willy-nilly, you will probably die pretty quick, as I just have. But, yeah. You know, just, you know, focus a little bit. Come on, there we go. Just focus a little bit on the problem, and chances are you'll be fine. See? One giant-ass special attack and I won, so not that big of a deal. So yeah, Neptune got a bit of a level up, Rom got a bit of a level up. I didn't even show off Rom, but honestly I don't care. Anyway, I'll wait for the game to load, and then I'll head back to the main menu and show off what the multiplayer's like, but it really doesn't need much explaining, I'll say that much. So, main menu, multiplayer. This game has both ranking and ad hoc and internet, so you can play local and on the internet. I haven't had a chance to check out the internet because, again, this is a review copy. The game did get released by accident for a few hours early on, and I don't understand why that happened after they already changed their drop post. It's like, we corrected the drop post to say that the game wasn't coming out. Maybe we should go fucking check if we aren't supposed to release this game on the store yet. But anyway, I can create ad hoc here and I can confirm it so that I'm the only one who comes in. So, you bring in your single player progression and you can change your character and there's your configuration and your chosen here. It's all the same as it is in this story mode, except if you remember how Tukiden did its single player content, its multiplayer content, I should say, you'll understand how this works. All the missions are separate and you can play them online with up to 4 people. So, we'll take along, Rom and Ram. Oh, we could even take along their, what's the word? Yeah, you can only play as one character in this one, which is a little annoying, but then again, it kind of makes sense, because if you could transform, it'd be a bit OP, but, anyway, we'll just ready up and we'll go out and do this mission, but yeah. So we're just in the hallway, game loads. Where are they? I guess I have to go look in the classrooms or something. Yep. Her magic is long range and it's a real pain in the ass to control, I gotta say. Especially since you don't actually get that many attacks with it. Uh-oh. That's more like it. Still, it's a lesser game than Neptunia U. It really doesn't have much going for it. The plot is just insane. It's not funny, at least not even close to the level of the other ones, and it's just more dull than any other game like this I've played in a long time. Even more dull than Estival Versus, which buggered up pretty much everything in relation to the previous game. Yeah, there's nothing new to it at all. And this is the most boring thing in the world. I really shouldn't be forcing you to watch this. Let's get this done as quickly as possible. Almighty. LR square. You all die now. And done. Yep. It's even more boring than Ragnarok Odyssey Ace. Well done, guys. That was a look at Hyperdimension Neptunia. No, it's not even Hyperdimension. MegaTagmension Blanc plus Neptune versus Zombies. What a mouthful of a title. It's so boring. Why? Why is it so boring? Why did they not actually try and make any real improvements on the formula? I don't know. It's just not recommended in the slightest. Go play anything else. This has been Blue Maxima. I'll see you all next time.